Old pots, sinks, production scrap. Where many would see a pile of trash, JOACHIM LUNING of Duisburg sees potential. And as head of procurement, KAROLA PANKE makes sure that the mound of metal is always topped up. It's 8 o'clock on a Monday morning and the manager of the company has jobs to assign.
Melden uns gleich, kleinen Moment.
So, Klaus.
Luning tells the team that he needs them to prepare a shipment for a steel plant. The whole load will total 700 tons of scrap metal, enough to fill up 16 train cars. He suggests they start with 2 tons of chrome steel. The workers have just 3 days to load up an entire train with stainless steel scrap. The delivery is bound for a steel plant in Witten. That's in Germany's Ruhr Valley.
Scrap isn't a commodity, but we make it one. We turn it into a usable raw material for steelmaking. A steel plant couldn't work with the scrap we get. It arrives in one big unsorted heap. You can't charge it because it doesn't fit in the oven. For the many requirements that a steel plant has, the scrap just doesn't cut it. So we prepare it, analyze it, and turn it into something they can use.
The recycling firm will get about €1 million for the delivery. Their client, DEW, produces all of its steel using scrap metal. The manager needs the next 3 railway cars done in 2 hours in order to stay on schedule. A late delivery could disrupt production in the steel plant. As workers load up the cars, they pre-sort the scrap metal.
He started with chrome steel, and the shiny stuff was the stainless V2A steel. The final mix is just what the customer wants.
Ja, PANKE, hallo. Guten Morgen. Guten Morgen. Danke gut. Selber auch?
KAROLA PANKE buys the scrap metal from more than 100 suppliers. Each morning, she tells them the price per ton she's willing to pay. The price of the scrap depends on the contents. For example, nickel is particularly expensive.
The prices can change daily, so we look at the market and adjust them immediately. And depending on what the market was like before, people are either appalled or had figured it out already, so they were expecting it.
PANKE's been in the business for a decade now, and she's seen the price of stainless steel double and even triple. Another arrival, and this load of steel plate scrap from a new supplier costs about €60,000. They use a magnet to make sure they're getting what they paid for.
At first glance, it's pretty clean stuff. There's no extraneous material attached, no magnetic parts. It's squeaky clean. It's production scrap, but it's like new.
But the shipment also contains zinc and copper parts. Those metals can contaminate the steel melt later on, meaning it has to be picked out of the pile. Roman Busch works in delivery acceptance. He tells PANKE that he's gone through the shipment from the new supplier.
Okay.
He's already sorted out some of the parts that can't be used. Altogether, he says the shipment came out to about 20 tons of scrap.
500 Kilo, okay. Ja.
The team starts loading in metal from the scrap heap. Many of the carts are ready to be sent off to the steel plant. But from the loading area, Klaus Becker has some bad news.
Do you have a minute? We have to talk about the shipment, because the railway company didn't give us enough cars. We have to act fast, or we won't get the shipment done.
Sonst bekommen wir unsere Verladung nicht fertig.
Where can we get more cars?
We'll have the answer next week. Will Joachim Luning be able to get the shipment out on time? Also next week, KAROLA PANKE visits a supplier in hopes of finding more stainless steel scrap the company can use.